challenge that you have faced as an independent farmer?
Ask you a question. Maybe I'm supposed to wait for the government to be releasing metric tons of fertilizer, and it's mathematical. I've not seen a fertilizer, even one. Even the last rice, the so-called government said they have sent for distribution. We haven't seen one. So I'm trying to understand. So why are they releasing another one? Where are they even getting it from? Ask yourself a question. Where are they getting the right to release those foods? All the present life in Taraba and Kano. It's back to our customer. We buy from family village where they get rice.
When you say there's no rice, is it the raw materials that you're looking for, or
it's the rice? Once just suddenly there's no urea, and you have to apply urea for how much was that? And everybody apologizing again about that, because a country like is waiting for its government to be using grains every quarter.
To be having this conversation, get to the right places. Those are giving instruction that no farmer should take farm produce plateau issue. It's not just a Benue issue. It's not just a Zamfara issue. It's not just a Nasarawa issue. It's not just a Kaduna. It looks like the reality is upon us right now. Now, away from the challenges that farmers are facing at the moment, let's talk about, in terms of getting raw materials, and let's talk about the security challenges that farmers are facing. They can't go to the farms anymore. Even the ones that can go to farm, the bandits will wait till when the produce are about to be harvested, and then they'll come taxing you, collect tax from you and all of that. How vital is it for the federal government to fix the challenges of insecurity as a means to combat food shortage in Nigeria, Mr. Matthias?
I'm glad you've been seeing my conversations on the social media, especially Twitter, because we are the ones at the receiving end. I take myself and my team take risks to travel to these core places. Anytime I travel, my mom is always calling, is this safe? We travel midnight, through the night and stuff like that. I've said it before. If those in the cities think the lives of those in the villages doesn't matter, it will get to everybody. It's like a cancer. It will spread and it's going to get to everybody. When we were complaining and shouting in Plateau State and saying they were killing us, because it was a Plateau issue. Now FTT is on the rampage, right?
Yes. Good.
And now everybody says it cannot go to East. It cannot happen in East. Somebody will tell the Eastern people they should wait for it. You can't see your neighbor's house on fire and say that it is not your problem. In these countries that we are, everybody's problem is everybody's problem.
True.
Because you see this hunger issue. There is no crisis more than hunger issue. Now, when I got the opportunity to go to the United States last year, and I was supposed to go, I went for a business training, the cost of camel rice, but eventually in my university, Jackson State University, Mississippi, when I was on stage, most of the things I spoke about were the insecurity issues in Plateau State, because I saw a bigger stage to air out what is going on in my hometown, and I aired it out very well. And they thought it was a joke, yes. My lecturer said no, they couldn't believe it. Then here we were attacked Christmas Eve, right? Hundreds of people killed. I just took those videos and sent it to my lecturers. They were crying. They were saying, "Is this safe? Do you want to come back to the United States of America?
You did tell
me. Yes.
You told me you don't want to go back.
You're asking me if I want to come back if it's not safe. Do I want to come back if it's not safe? And all these questions. You understand? And I told them, yes, even though I want to come back, so I need to try something yet. I need to try. And that's what we're still into the food sector. For 4 days, I just came back to just from Gombe State yesterday. 4 days in the bush looking for materials. 4 days. 4 good days.
So, Mr. Matthias, we've seen these challenges. We've seen the service chiefs, promising Nigerians. We've seen the Minister of Defense, Minister of State for Defense. And these are two governors that actually struggle to even protect their states, by the way. Imagine having the immediate past governor of Zamfara State as the Minister of State for Defense. We leave that for a different conversation. But, what is the way forward? We know all of these challenges. We can sit here and talk about all of these challenges from morning till night. But what is the way forward, Mr. Matthias?
The way forward is the government should stop eye service. The government should stop writing bogus policies and saying things that deep down they know they will never fulfill them. For example, we approached, I myself, I have printed documents stamped by Bank of Industry that they have received my application for a loan for my small business, for my rice mill to buy machineries. And the Bank of Industry is telling me to bring 150% worth of collateral. Do you understand? Is that what I'm saying? A startup is coming to you for support to feed the same Nigerians you are serving, and you say your policy is for you to provide the collateral worth 150%, and looking for 100 million naira, you're telling me to go and bring collateral worth 250 to 300 million. Why would I, if I have a collateral such amount, would I sell it? Does that even sound safe? Doesn't that sound safe? And now the same government is telling you that they have released 200 billion to the same bank to share to people. You are keep releasing audio money in P-Square's voice. Audio. We don't only hear. We don't see it. I urge Nigerians today, since the government has said they have released funds for small businesses, for what and that and this and that, everybody go to the Bank of Industry in your state. Everybody go to the Bank of Industry in your state and demand for what is yours. Let's see what happens. Go to your state and get access to those money the federal government says is available. Then when you go, if the money is available, you come and tell us. If the money is not available, you come and tell us. Immediately I saw that news yesterday, I sent that document to one of the officers in the Bank of Industry here in Plateau State. She has not replied me to now. And she has read my message. Normally read my messages and reply on WhatsApp. She hasn't replied. I asked her, is this true? She hasn't replied because if she says it's true, I will come for the same thing. Give me what belongs to me. I'm a Nigerian, for God's sake. So let the government stop fooling us, because we are not fools. We are aware of what's going on. You can't stab us and be losing grains and be losing billions of audio money, and nobody is receiving those monies. Nobody is receiving them. Now, back to the solution. What do we need to do? We need to support business owners. When a business owner comes to you for support for his business, you check his business plan, he has perspective, you've checked some of his financial transactions through his bank, you can see him making a little significant figures. Please support him. Give them that support. Because even the bank managers that are refusing to give those monies, I bet you, hunger will also strike both them and their families. We are all in this together now. You can't fool anybody. We come to you to give us money to process food and feed you as Nigerians, and you refuse to give us the money. Don't worry. When you go to the same market to buy rice, how much is rice today in Lagos? How much is a bag of Nigerian rice in Lagos today?
I think it's about 69,000, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. Remember last year, December, I told you that rice was going to get to 60,000. As of then, it was 40 something. Yes. I mentioned that. We are in 60. And I'm still mentioning it. Let Nigerians bear me witness. From now to the first quarter, they are going to buy Nigerian rice for 90,000 naira if care is not taken. For 50 kg bag.
So what is the care that should be taken, Mr. Matthias? I mean,
let the government go and meet the real people involved in the agricultural sector. And the easiest way we can do that is, like I mentioned before, involve the local government chairman. The local government chairman and local government committees know the people who are feeding their local government and who are creating revenues for them in-house. Every state has local governments. They have to utilize the local government channel to pass them through resources that matters. If not, if they keep sharing it from above, federal, state just collect, every governor will just collect the money and disappear. Even my own governor that I trust in Plateau State, I have never seen everything that has been released to you. The so-called how many trucks of rice, I have not seen one. The so-called how many trucks of fertilizer, I don't have access to one. I heard they shared it. Can you imagine that in the world that you have maybe over 1,000 plus people, you are releasing 10 10 bags of fertilizer, 20 bags of fertilizer, 50 bags of fertilizer. Okay, if fertilizer arrives, they are going to share it a rubber print or in 𝐶ɪṛ. Are they going to share the fertilizers in 𝐶ɪṛ? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm with you, 100%. I'm with you.
Yes. So do you? So it's simple maths. These people know what is right, but they are being just evil. Nigeria is blessed. We are with the insecurity issues. We are still producing food. With the bandits still collecting tax like the government in some states, because we have seen it, we have read about it. How bandits go and give you tax. You don't come, you don't pay a tax as of due. They come for you. We have seen it in Plateau State where we farm. You cultivate and they wait for it to grow and they come and cows enter and clear everything, and when you talk, you are enemy of the state, and then they turn it to religion, they turn it to anything. We have seen that. It is not easy. I have left my biggest piece of land, family land, and we cannot cultivate it. We have not been cultivating this land for 10 good years just because of the same issue. This is the land that when we cultivate folio, which is acha, if we should cultivate this, it's in metric tons. You don't understand? And now we have abandoned it. Because is it your life or you want to go and look for food? When who they alive, they find food chop. So the government should be intentional. The president should stop releasing things. Tell your governors you are responsible for your people. Every governor should be responsible for his people. Go and create solution for your people. Any governor who is not in line with your dream or your plans, you call them to order. Then let the government also deal with the local government chairmen. Deal with them down to the grassroots. Who are the people doing this? The youth that are doing this. Who are into the processing sector? Who are this? Who are that? There's a data. If you want to get real data, you can get real data. Enter the place like you will see. But no, everybody will sit in Abuja or sit in his office and be saying some ratios and some percentages that never exist. You wake up and say you have created how many percent employment, you have removed how many people from poverty, which one? And we are buying spaghetti as of today, 900 naira. I just bought Gary today in just one measure, 800 naira. Gary is really poor man food.
Mr. Matthias, one of the things that the government of former President Muhammadu Buhari really focused on is actually the NSIPs. That's the National Social Investment Programs. That's the Anchor Borrower Scheme, the conditional cash transfers, the homegrown feeding programs, and all of that. And it's something that for the past 8 years, it has gobbled a lot of money in billions of naira. Now, the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu first came through and stopped all of those NSIPs on the basis of, hey, let us have this, properly structured. Let us have a proper data to make sure that the monies are not getting into the wrong hands. Do you think if the NSIPs are properly managed, and all of these, grants and loans and, support schemes get into the hands of the right farmers, and do you think it will help our situation and, in the process, help us to combat this food shortage that we're facing at the moment?
It will. If they do it, it will. During President Muhammadu Buhari, I am a living testimony that one of the programs he released, which was NISA loan for small scale businesses. We applied for that loan. My company applied for that loan. We got to the final stage to accept 10 million naira, but 9.3 million naira was approved. Mr. Okoye, I never received that money.
And it was approved.
I went to Abuja because yes, I'm learned. I know what is my right. I went to Abuja to my office. I went to go and fight for my listing. I went over and over again, and I will not forget. I was directed back to my NASA office here in Jos, and when I went there a couple of times, the officer in Jos here told me, "See, young man, let me just tell you the truth. Just forget this thing and move on." Because there's nowhere.
3 million that was released to you as a grant, you were told to.
I never saw it. It was not even a grant. It was supposed to be a loan.
A loan.
A soft loan. I never saw it because I was approved, yes, but they cannot find me on the database. What happened? Somebody else's name has been put in there now. Say the right million. Now that is me. Imagine how many thousands of Nigerians they did that to, and they are still doing that to. So you see, the real people who are trying to do the best, the right thing, The world is seeing. I told a commissioner here in my state, I said, if the United States of America can see what I am doing from where they are, and grant me scholarship to go and expand my knowledge in the same agricultural business, and come back, and then you people down here are not still seeing the value. One day you will look for this value and you will not find it. You will look for it and you will not find it. Because I have bills to pay, I have family to take care of. You think I'm going to stay because I understand? You see the thing is, people, Nigeria is forcing Nigerians to become monsters. Forcing Nigerians to do things they don't want to do. Forcing Nigerians to go to places they don't want to go. Because we are not looking like slaves in our own place. You can't be dishing out government interventional fund, this interventional fund. You know Nigeria is good at writing English. Nigeria will write policy English and wash you, and you will think it is true. But I bet you nothing is true. Nothing will work. Only on paper, white paper. So I am saying it. Tinubu promised that he was going to work with the youth. But let me even leave President Tinubu one side. My Governor Mutfan in Plateau State promised us he was going to do something for the youth. I bet today like this, I was going to have a meeting with our Commissioner of Youth and Sport, which I was on my way to his office and my car broke down before I went. He left. I was supposed to see meet him. Maybe I'll meet him tomorrow by God's grace. And I still want to remind him that this is what your governor, your leader said. He should make sure he fulfills this. And also, you see this funding government is saying is releasing. Go to that same federal government and collect our share as Plateau people. So let every state go to that federal level and collect what belongs to the state. When we hear that the federal government has given each state what belongs to them, then we can now know who to hold responsible. Then we can now know who to hold responsible. You see, I'm championing this. You're the first person I'm telling this because this just happened today. Because I had a contact that I told them. Immediately I saw that on news, I called my contact and said, there's some funding the federal government to release to Bank of Industry. I need to see our Commissioner of Youth and Sports so we can go and get those fundings for small and medium scale businesses. And the person gave me the contact of the Commissioner of Youth and Sports Plateau State. And I called and we spoke very well, and I was supposed to see him before my card broke down and I couldn't reach him. I'm sure I'll reach him tomorrow or something like that. I want to tell him, let's go there. Let's go and collect what belongs to us. Now when we collect what belongs to us, then let's bring it here. Then let's give the people that deserve that. Then let's see what happens. Because as long as you do not build industries, you don't support the youth and businesses run by youth and women, I bet you we will continue to be wallowing in poverty and just be speaking English. That will go to the result.
Mr. Matthias, you've said a lot, and I mean, some of the things you've said are really new to me. I mean, I'm surprised that you could apply for a loan and then you got yourself approved. 10 million, 9.3 was released. Wherever the 700,000 had gone to, it's a different ballgame. Perhaps you've been taxed even before the money got to you. And the funny thing is that you didn't even get the entire money. Now, we know all of these challenges. We know some of these issues have to do with insincerity on the part of the people saddled with the responsibility of most times disbursing these monies. It will interest you to know that some of these monies actually leave the federal government's coffers, and in the process of getting to the other authorities, maybe at the local or the mid-level, it becomes a mess. Sometimes they tell you it's the poor data level. They tell you that, oh, it's not that, it's not this, it's not that. But at this point, the country needs quick fixes, especially in the area of security, in the area of food production, in the area of the economy. You just talked about the fact that somebody just texted now, and the person says, if you're not careful, that by April, that 3 months minimum wage will not be able to buy a bag of rice. He said 3 people's minimum wage will not be able to buy a bag of rice. It shows that the shortage is looming, is very much on our faces. Now you can't buy a tuber of yam that can feed 3 people in a family. A derica of rice is absolutely out of the reach of a common Nigerian like you and I. So we may look at the long-term solutions. Maybe the government is working on those policies, but as someone that is on the field, as a practical farmer, as an investor, what do you think should be the quick fix for us to at least let's have something to fall back on. If I'm getting food to eat, I will have strength to face the economic hardship. What do you think should be the quick fixes that the federal government should look into, and the state government and also the local government?
Right now, let the federal government call the Minister of Agriculture. He has done nothing to it. Nothing. In almost 1 year, this guy hasn't done anything. Just to go around speaking English, nothing else. Do you know what he has done? Please help me. Have you heard what the Minister of Agriculture has done? No, nothing to show for it. That's one. When he should call the Minister of Agriculture and ask him what is going on. I bet you that man doesn't even know what is going on. He has no clue what is going on. Because if he has a clue what is going on, he would have proposed solutions to what can tackle the food scarcity, not the government to be releasing grains. Whoever gave the government an idea to release grains to us like poultry, like chickens in a poultry, that person is heartless. You see, one of the major why we're here, you see this fuel subsidy that happened, it wasn't planned well. You see, I just sent a truck load of rice to Benin and we paid 1.2 million naira for logistics. 1.2 million naira for logistics. And the cost of producing that one truck of rice, 600 bags, was roughly around 28.9 million naira. One truck to produce it, not what it was sold for, to produce it. And that was of last week. As of this week, it's going to cost us 31.something million to process one truck of rice. As of this week. What happens next week? Can you see how many million has added within last week?
Within a week.
Within a week. If I don't up to a week, sir, within less than 5 days. Now let the president to be intentional, call your people, put them to order. And hold them responsible, let them be accountable. Stop dishing out money and you don't call them and ask them, what did you do with the money? President Tinubu released grains and fertilizer, and you want to release the same thing without asking them, what did you do with the other one we gave you? Why are you releasing what? You are releasing things that we did not see. We are telling that we did not see. You say you are releasing more. Now, to the government level, let the government call every stakeholder, especially I'm not about political stakeholder, every stakeholder feeding the people. Call everybody to what is your problem? What is your problem? What is your problem? Now when we table our problem, you ask the same people, what is your solution? Because anybody who has a problem knows what the solution should be like. We know what the solution is. In case the government does not know, then we tell you what the solution is. Then let's break it down from the grassroots. Somebody said before, if you go to the village from the city, they are expecting you to go back with food from the village to the city, right?
The people in the village are expecting you to bring food.
That is what is going on right now.
It's a different story now.
It's a different ballgame, and it's becoming worse every day. Shall you see the way this protest is going? Kano has done a little bit back. Niger has done a little bit. Wait and see what's going to happen. Every state will start bringing it one. And if the government doesn't cope this thing immediately by doing what I said they should do, call the stakeholders involved, all the money you say is releasing, then have the database of who and who received the money. Let us call them, release them. Release. If you say these are the people, let them get the money, release the names of their businesses, release their contacts, let's see them. Let some of us call them and have them. Not true, you collect them. Not true. They are not hiding data now. It's called data. Data is supposed to make public. They are not hiding data. You should make them public. You say this, you see how many people benefited from the last scheme we did. Put their data out. Let us find out. Did you receive or did you not receive? Let's find out. Now banks are saying the federal government has stopped them from giving out those loans because they're trying to recoup the last one. How do you recoup money when you carry money and give people to go and be getting married and reflecting? Because some have even traveled out of the country. How do you want to get that money back? So if the government is willing to do the right thing, they will do the right thing. They go, okay, these people go abroad, they see what is going on. They know how to fix these things. These people know exactly what is going on. They know how to fix evil, to be inhuman, just to make us to look as if we are beggars and look stupid before other nations. And when we talk, they ask you, we don't even get like, when I will go on a farm, when I will see this, and you don't even be seen alive because not true. Not true now.
Yes.
Not true now. How much is a mudu of sugar? I had to buy a mudu of sugar today. I was told it was 2,500 naira.
That used to be about 410 naira or thereabout. 420 naira.
I want to buy sugar of 2,500 to last me how long? Imagine somebody has like 5 children and you have to do pap. How long will last? Even the garri. If you say why, how much is salt? If you say why, the only thing money will go too high too much na salt, and because salt dey cause problem.
And they know they chop on too much.
And yes, now why now? Now a mudu of beans now. A mudu of beans now is 1,500, 1,217. While rice is 2,000, 2,005. You don't understand it. You see what's going on? Moving. So I urge everybody to go and hold this money they say they have released for us. Let's go to the Bank of Industry and go and tell them to give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. Give us what belongs to us. If you say no, then we air you out and ask Mr. President. The nobody give us what you say you don't release. So what's up? I think that's the best way to go about it. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Mr. Matthias Apo. Well, it's been a very engaging conversation, and it's always this way each time I have you join me on the show. It's quite unfortunate that this time around, it doesn't look like there's so much to be optimistic about. It doesn't look like there's so much to be positive about. Because this has nothing to do with your social status. It has nothing to do with your political affiliation. It has nothing to do with your tribe or your religion. There's no market where, because you're a member of maybe PDP, you present your membership card, they sell you food items cheaper than the normal price. There's no there's no fuel station where you present your membership ID card as APC member, they'll sell you fuel for 400 naira or 300 naira. By the way, I bought a liter of petrol today at 645 naira, and I got very angry.
You enjoyed it. We bought in Kano day at 690 naira.
690.
Yes.
I was very angry today for whatever reason, because I felt like, I can't be a member of OPEC. I can't be one of the most blessed country in the world with crude, and I'm buying petrol a liter for 645 naira per liter.
You never see anything.
I can't put my head around it. The bike man that took me after I made payment, and he was like, boss, so amount. I said yes. I bought 20 liters, and he was like, wait, 20 liters now 11,000. I said yes, and that's the main thing, because there's no electricity supply. Well, maybe we start asking questions. We start looking at the KPIs of the ministers that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had brought on board. The Minister of Agriculture, the Minister of Information, the Minister of Power. These people have been in office and they've literally disappeared. All we see them is make posts. We met this, we met that, we met that. That is not what Nigerians need at the moment. It's appalling, and we just have to look for ways to end all of this chaos until it becomes things fall apart and the center will not hold. Well,
should I tell you something?
Go on, please.
I want things to fall apart.
No.
I know what I'm telling you.
Mr. Matthias.
Let me explain my statement.
Okay, go on.
I want Nigeria to get to that threshold. When Nigeria gets to that threshold, I'm telling you, it's going to be hard for those in power. We need to get to that threshold. Since we have been begging them to ease our pains, they are ignoring our plight. They're ignoring our cries. They are giving billions to do the car park, and billions to do library, and billions to share this, and billions to do. People are stealing billions. Nobody in Nigeria steals millions again. Even local government chairman steals in billions. See, they don't want to hear the truth. No problem. Let Nigeria get to a threshold. I bet you. It's not like Nigeria is going to divide. That is where we're going to hold everybody. That's why I say let the cancer go through. Let all the body system receive that same taste of cancer. Then we'll decide to come together and now find solution as one people, as Nigeria. But for now, we are still divided because the heat is not going anywhere. The heat is not touching everybody. The heat is still doing testing microphone, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Let's give now to the first quarter of the year and see what happens.
Okay.
Will you see that? After the first quarter of the year, we know what's going on.
We'll open the phone lines. Mr. Matthias, the line had been buzzing about 5 minutes into this conversation, and you understand why. So I'll put you on standby. I'll pick the calls, and on the turn of 5 o'clock, we'll also have to take a quick break to take the headline news and also pay some bills. Then when we come back on the turn of 5, about 5 minutes past 5, I will call you back, put you on the line. Then we'll continue the conversation. Then we'll pick calls. I know a lot of people want to ask you questions. Then we just, let me just get your 90 minutes today if you don't mind.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, you're live on Mila 98.3 FM. I've been speaking with Mr. Matthias Paul. He's a rice farmer. He's the CEO of Camo Rice. So, we get into this conversation, and whether we like it or not, the government can decide to ignore the fact that Nigerians are experiencing food shortage at the moment. And then you need to speak to the people that are on field, the people that understand the pains, the challenges, and most especially the way forward, which is exactly what we always provide on this show. Let me pick a couple of calls. We'll take the headline news by 5. Then we'll come back to continue the conversation. 0913-600-0410. Hello, good evening.
Okay, good evening.
Good to have you join us on the show today.
Yes, Pastor Matthias. Yes, my name is Andres. Pastor Matthias has done justice. What captured my attention is when he said the last rice we produced was 28 million, and within 5 days it has entered 30-something million. And that the last rice that they released, nobody saw it. If Mr. President tried to tell us that he's not aware of that, today I was having a conversation somewhere, and they were talking, and they said that if it was Obi, we could have even done worse. You are judging a book without opening it. The one that you judge without opening, who is there now? What has he done? You see, I asked a question some months ago. We are going, does it belong to any of the ethnic group in Nigeria that we are relocating there? Why are we like this? Does it matter where anybody comes from? What we are looking for is a better Nigeria. What we are looking for is a Nigeria where everybody can be free. A Nigeria where things can be okay. This man told us that he's prepared for the job. And when he came in, they told us that prices will be crashing. And he said the poor should breathe. Where exactly are we heading to? The CBN, they don't know what to do. The finance, they don't know what to do. People cannot go to bush to farm. Go to my hometown now. They are afraid to go to bush. The man said, people are afraid to go to farm now. People are bringing food from city. Mr. President, what are you going to do to salvage this country? The country is on fire literally. Good evening.
Thank you, Pastor Ambrose. 0913-600-0410. Mr. Matthias, are you still with us?
I'm here.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Hello?
Good afternoon.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon to your guest. Afternoon, that is my name. I'm calling from Nɪɪľᴇ.
You're welcome.
Okay, your guest has spoken the mind of so many Nigerians. And there is something I used to tell you on this very program. I don't have a doubt in my mind that you have the interest of this country at heart. You really want this country to work, and you are using your good speech for the good of it. But this thing that this man is talking, we have foreseen it before now, and we are crying on top of our voice. For the past 9 years in Nigeria is reaping what they have sown. Whatever you sow in life is what you shall reap. We sow politics at the altar of development, at the altar of governance, at the altar of taking care of the people. They are clapping that the people who are in power know how to play politics. And we are crying that this is not the way to go. These people should go down to governance and a kind of
us that you guys are whalers. There is nothing that do not label us. But we know what we are saying, and we know what we are saying. And right now, it's telling on every one of us. Nigeria, it's time we hold our government responsible. These guys are not there for us. Until we begin to interrogate them, just as Matthias is interrogating his own people, a spade should be called a spade. But if you continue to see them as Baba, and you continue to see them as Akadede, as you can see them as Ozodo in politics, you are going to go hungry, and these people will continue to make merchant of us. And that's exactly what is happening right now. You can see what Matthias is detailing for you from A to Z, and everything he's saying is just truth and nothing but the truth. The only people who are not complaining right now is the only two set of people, politicians and the judges. Apart from that, every other person in Nigeria is crying. So until we begin to hold our people responsible, my brother, we are going to continue like this, and it's telling on all of us, and it's unfortunate. Thank you.
Thank you very much. More calls. Then we need to take the headline news by 5 o'clock. 0913-600-0410. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Brown.
Okay, you're welcome. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah. My name is Mr. Nsogbo from Sᴏᴜ.
Okay, Mr. Nsogbo from Ijaye. You're welcome.
Yeah. Yesterday I did very well to your guest. But I'm happy that the same person to say exactly what the guest yesterday said. Because now what I don't really understand now is that the president we have to say suffer for the democracy. We remember the era of Abasa, we know what I suffer for it. Why is he now waiting for the same democracy to be buried during his own time? I'm a supporter of him, but the way everybody is not talking about it, like things want to fall apart. But let's if you know that this is the right time to act, there's no time again to act. Whether we like it or not, we have friendly country. Beating our neighbors, they are friends. That's why when I'm talking about the friend, we are against every other opportunity that nobody can come up. When comes our president is that if they gather our military, we don't allow our military to kill these people. Because our military can finish them, we think that we will allow them. Okay, we are there now. It's like our family, we have the best start with American and British. Why can't our president actually started now to come and kill these terrorists? Because they are responsible for everything they are doing now. It's that now out of them completely. 50% of our country is like a bill of no return, you can't go there. So let us say, and look at the cartel of their government. The same cartel, all of them did not sign just out of the competition. Why is it that you don't need to talk about this market person, who are killing? Everything will not be stopped.
Thank you.
And then look at the please let me just go. I will watch it.
Thank you.
Look at it. We are having money. We are having. I know that we have many people are talking terrorism in the place. People like to do what? Why are you taking terrorism? Many men for our society, the animals.
Thank you.
Please let me get to do something right now.
Thank you.
Because it's all apart.
Thank
because
you.
they really
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think I will still pick one more call. Then we'll take the headline news. Then I'll bring Mr. Matthias back on the phone. Then we'll continue the conversation. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Perry.
Good to have you join us today. Just 1 minute, please.
Okay, thank you very much. God bless. If you remember, Mr. Perry, in 2023, immediately after the primary election of APC, it took our president almost a month and some days to choose his running mate. And by the time he was to choose his running mate, he chose his running mate of the same face. And Nigerian complained that time. His response to the complaint of Nigerian that time was that he chose K쏘ᴍᴏ based on the capacity. So automatically that means the president himself is a man of capacity and his vice also is a man of capacity. But if you join two capacity together and those two capacity cannot move an engine, what does that mean? What does that tell you? Now, the president is a man of capacity, Kaszim Shettima is a man of capacity, but look at what Nigeria is facing today. Look at what Nigeria is looking like today. My question is that, what exactly brought us here? Now we are complaining that time that Buhari was even a president, but now that kind of Muhammadu Buhari was even far more better than what we are facing today. I bought a river blade this morning. A river blade that used to be 20 naira or 30 naira today. I bought a river blade. 100 naira. Look at that for Christ's sake. Where exactly are we as a country? Backward or forward? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Mr. Matthias, I will need to take you off the line now. But on the 5 o'clock, I'll bring you back on the show. I'm sure you've been listening to some of the things that the callers are saying. You will respond to all of that. And the messages are really pouring in on our social media platforms also. So I will really need to bring you back. But I need to take the headline news by 5 o'clock and then pay some bills and I'll come back to you.
Okay, thank you.
He's a rice farmer. He's a young entrepreneur, and he's certainly decided to stick his neck into the game. But it looks like the game is actually doing him one kind, according to what he said. But we need to take a break. Facebook.com/Mainland98.3 FM. Drop your messages. I'll read them when I come back. On X, formerly Twitter, is Mainland983. On Instagram and YouTube is Mainland98.3 FM. I'll be right back after the headline news and after paying some bills. Don't go nowhere.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.
Headline news on 98.3 Mainland FM.
Good evening. Headline news on 98.3 Mainland FM. My name is Omobola Sandra. Lagos State Government announces alternative routes for Lagos City Marathon. Governors seek urgent solutions to inflation and naira depreciation and insecurity. CAN laments suffering becoming unbearable for Nigerians due to economic hardship. On the foreign scene, US says it will not back unplanned Rafah offensive in Israel-Gaza war. South Africa boss Bruce targets third position in AFCON 2023. Well, that's the headline news on Mainland FM. Details at 5:30.
So, babes, don't you think the radio is so boring these days?
Well, it depends on what you need. I just discovered a new sound.
Making you fall like that.
Yes, I am totally hooked to 98.3 Mainland FM. That sound slaps and it makes so much sense. I vibe, I learn, and I definitely enjoy the groove.
The sound of Lagos.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey, and when you add plenty of vegetables like efo, ugu, and season with the rich taste of North seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
Hey there, tech enthusiasts! Get ready to ignite your world with the all-new Tecno Spark 20.
That's right! The Spark 20 with its stunning display and powerful features is here to redefine your smartphone experience.
We've also partnered with Google and MTN to bring you even more. With the Spark 20, Google apps and loads of free MTN data, your digital life just got smarter and more connected.
Grab your Tecno Spark 20 today and step into a world where style meets technology.
Tecno, stop at nothing.
Official partner of the Africa Cup of Nations 2023.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the worrisome increase in the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The FSRCC and NBC hereby advises the general public to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Make sure to verify the licensing status of such companies and schemes on this website. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call 0700 225 5226, 0800 225 5226, or +234 817 665 6273. Let's work together to uphold the integrity of Nigeria's financial system. Announcer, FSRCC.
The drama, the suspense, the emotions, the gang moments. Don't miss out on Nollywood movies and web series on YouTube with the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN. You can enjoy over 10 hours of Nollywood content made for you. Sharply dial *312*800# to activate the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN and start enjoying YouTube made for you.
Hey there, tech enthusiasts! Get ready to ignite your world with the all-new Tecno Spark 20.
That's right! The Spark 20 with its stunning display and powerful features is here to redefine your smartphone experience.
We've also partnered with Google and MTN to bring you even more. With the Spark 20, Google apps and loads of free MTN data, your digital life just got smarter and more connected.
Grab your Tecno Spark 20 today and step into a world where style meets technology.
Tecno, stop at nothing.
Official partner of the Africa Cup of Nations 2023.
To cook correct food, they always give me joy. That's why anytime I cook like this, I always season them with no cubes. Come add correct vegetables inside. Ugu, tatasheo, shombo, onions. No one know they put. Now you make my pikin them, they always enjoy my cooking.
Daddy, I never will. I want more.
You see? All your food with correct vegetables. Come season them with no cubes for that get delicious taste. Today, chop better.
Hey there, tech enthusiasts! Get ready to ignite your world with the all-new Tecno Spark 20.
That's right! The Spark 20 with its stunning display and powerful features is here to redefine your smartphone experience.
We've also partnered with Google and MTN to bring you even more. With the Spark 20, Google apps and loads of free MTN data, your digital life just got smarter and more connected.
Grab your Tecno Spark 20 today and step into a world where style meets technology.
Tecno, stop at nothing.
Official partner of the Africa Cup of Nations 2023.
The drama, the suspense, the emotions, the gang moments. Don't miss out on Nollywood movies and web series on YouTube with the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN. You can enjoy over 10 hours of Nollywood content made for you. Sharply dial *312*800# to activate the YouTube Buffet plan from MTN and start enjoying YouTube made for you.
As you see me so, I belong to the Chop Better gang. Now why anytime I want chop like this, I dey put better things inside. For my yam porridge, after I don't put my fish, I go come deck am with onions, tatashe and ugu, come season am with correct no cubes for that delicious taste. Because my people, good life na life where you chop better.
Sama all your food with correct vegetables. Come season am with no cubes for that ogbonge delicious taste. Today, chop better.
Hey there, tech enthusiasts! Get ready to ignite your world with the all-new Tecno Spark 20.
That's right! The Spark 20 with its stunning display and powerful features is here to redefine your smartphone experience.
We've also partnered with Google and MTN to bring you even more. With the Spark 20, Google apps and loads of free MTN data, your digital life just got smarter and more connected.
Grab your Tecno Spark 20 today and step into a world where style meets technology.
Tecno, stop at nothing.
Official partner of the Africa Cup of Nations 2023.
The drama, the suspense, the emotions, the gang moments. Don't miss out on Nollywood movies and web series on YouTube. With the YouTube buffet plan from MTN, you can enjoy over 10 hours of Nollywood content made for you. Sharply dial *312*800# to activate the YouTube buffet plan from MTN and start enjoying. YouTube made for you.
L is for the way that you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. Hi, my name is Rio, and this is the month of love. I bring to your radio facility beautiful message for you. I affect most intimately, person to person, offering you a world of unspoken communication between writer to speaker and ultimately listener. In this season of love, my sole aim is to connect with you musically and give you the best radio experience, leaving you yearning for more.
Baby, yeah, bring it over to my place.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.
Okay, welcome back to the Situation Room. Well, by 5:30, the full bulletin will come through, and by 6 o'clock, I will also take the sport cruise, the Friday edition, as we prepare for the big one, the all-important finals of the ongoing All African Cup of Nations in Ivory Coast. We play the Ivorians on Sunday, 9 p.m. But don't worry, I will give you all of the details you need to know about that by 6 p.m. on Sport Cruise. We're back into the Situation Room, and before we went on that break, I've been speaking with Mr. Matthias Mancha Paul. He's a farmer, a rice farmer. He's a young man that let me go into food production, and he's someone that I've followed from a distance. I've seen a couple of stuff that he's done. He's doing well for himself and his business, Camo Rice. He just once in a while just put the government to question. He loves to speak through to power. So I reached out to him and I said, why not? Why don't we come around and discuss the problems that we are likely facing, even though the government wants to shy away from the reality. There's food shortage in the country. People don't have monies to buy food, and even the food that is available is not even affordable for everybody. So we have a problem, and we can decide to look into the pages of the document and the policies, but nobody else will tell you as much as someone that is on the field, someone that is experiencing the highs and the lows, the challenges, the prospects, and the possibility of something good coming through. So Mr. Matthias is back with us on the phone, and I would actually pick the calls. A lot of these calls have been coming in, and I promised I was going to pick them. Go on our social media platforms, facebook.com/mainland98.3fm to drop your comments. On X, formerly Twitter, it's Mainland FM. On Instagram and YouTube, we're streaming live all our programs on Mainland 983 on YouTube and on Instagram. Follow us, set your notification, and for whatever program you get to miss, you catch it up on those platforms. Back to the phone lines. Hello, good evening. Hello. Okay, your name, where are you calling from?
This is Olaiwalabi.
Mr. Olaiwala, you're welcome.
Yeah. You see, I think I mentioned the same challenges yesterday. Let me be sincere with you. I grew up in Benue State, do a real farm work. To be sincere with you. If any person that is industrial that want to go into food production, and he thought that he's going to have access to the raw material that's going to process that food in terms of industrial process, he's telling you lie. I'm telling you, I'm already having a feasibility study all the areas. If I did not have the understanding, I have it all the way from Benue State down to Nasarawa to the part of Plateau State. And this is the reason why. This is why I'm saying the challenges that Nigeria have is since 2015 to this time. The people that are living in the rural area and the farming system, they are lying to the society and the Nigeria as whole, because they believe they can provide the crop for those people that are going into industrial to make it industrial a food. But the reality is on the ground that they are not met up with it. That is the truth. And that is why we are still comparing the government of the Buhari and the Tinubu together with a kind of Jonathan country today, because the Jonathan government study everything that everybody is producing in Nigeria. Then blacklist a 49 item. In 2050, that is where the Nigeria is facing the challenge of today, and we are never come outside from it until the government go back and visit the agricultural policy and the importation policies of the good Lord Jonathan. That is where the problem is. So if you are depending that we have ability to produce for ourselves, you are like if you like bringing 100,000 of the professional economic production to come and analyze it to your studio, they will not find solution to it until they open the border, because our farmers, they didn't have any capacity to produce for us. I'm telling you the fact. And I go up in the and I study it and I look at it, nothing is there. That is the fact.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Laiwola. Mr. Matthias, are you still with us? Okay. I will still pick the calls. I'll read the messages as well. But I want to ask you, a lot of economists, especially the ones along the agro business, have called on the government to open the borders. Some of the items, about 49 of them that had restrictions lifted and all of that, all of those items are not even affordable anymore in the market. Is it time for us to get back to the conversation of allow rice to come in through the Seme border, the Katsina, Kwara, Niger axis, Chad axis? Is this time for the government to revisit some of the closed borders, even though we know that the Nigerian border system is not one of the tightest anywhere in the world? So some of these items are coming in. As much as you said we close the border, there's never been a time you get into the market and you don't find foreign rice. You don't get frozen foods. But do you think the government should make it official? You know what? We've opened the border. These kind of items can come into the country. Or you think we are good enough to meet the demands of our local consumption as producers?
If I should respond to this, let me respond to your last caller.
Please, go on.
For example, I know we all saw on news when they said Nigeria wants to import crude oil from the United States of America. Did you see that?
I did.
Don't we have surplus crude here in the country? If you're talking about they cannot produce what the industrial people need to process, don't we have? Are we not the people giving crude oil to a lot of countries? So what are you going to tell me about that? Let's talk about electricity. Are we not the people giving in Niger and some countries 24-hour power supply? So all these things is all about intention. It's not like we cannot do it. We can do it. What are you talking about? We cannot do it. We have the land. We have vibrant youth that are willing to work. We're not lazy. Nigerians are one of the hard workers you can ever see. See, we don't agree for anybody. Like you say, I don't know whoever brought that tagline. But Nigerians we don't have this, no, I don't tire, no go do it again. That's like, we do it. So the thing, we have the capacity. It's just like, the only problem is the government is not empowering the right people. The right people are not being, you make policies, you just go and sit down in an office under AC, you make policies without understanding how the people itself to be understanding who you are making the policy for. Normally in a good country, in a working country, before you make any policy, you go and get primary data. That's what they call it, primary data. You go face to face, encounter the people. I think all of us we do research methodology for school now. We all did it. You go and meet the people, interact with them, get the real concern, then ask them of the solution. They know what the solution should be like. Then you go and work on them. Let me tell the last caller again. Last month, I was called by a prospective customer from, I think, Benin Republic or Cotonou, that they want us to supply rice to them. So let me tell you, in case you think that they should open border for all the rice to come, they also need rice. they also need rice. Yes, we were called to make a pro forma invoice of how to get the right.
Okay, Mr. Matthias, I will still give you a couple of minutes to wrap up your session. So let me go back to the phone lines, pick a couple of calls, read loads of the messages that we have, and then we'll call it a day on the show. But really press for time. Hello, good evening. Hello,
good evening.
You're welcome. Your name and where you're calling from. I'm with you.
Okay, I'm Madam Salah.
Madam Salah, you're welcome.
Okay, when sometime I hear people saying that let government open border, I laugh. Can you hear? Can you hear me?
I'm with you.
I laugh. You see, it sounds like, you know, a sound of hopeless people. Okay, what is the side? What is the side of Thailand? What is the side of Vietnam? What is the side of Thailand? Can you hear me?
I'm with you.
You understand? But we import rice from those countries, small countries that is not even up to Niger State. Why? Because they have governors. You understand? Can you hear me?
I'm with you.
Good. You see, okay, let's do the border open. No bandits. The official rate of CBN now is 1,413 naira or rather or something. Am I right?
I'm with you.
How many people have the capacity to change our money into a dollar and import rice? If that is it. We are a country that has about 250 million Nigerians. We can't feed ourselves. Now we put eye on foreign companies, small countries like Thailand, Vietnam, to import rice from them and feed us. We are in a very big problem. We are in a very big problem. You understand? And let me tell you, okay, write it down. This government has no any solution to our problem. You understand? They lack focus, they lack ideas, they lack direction, they lack anything you think of. You get me? Okay? Hello?
I'm with you.
They don't have any idea. They don't have. Okay, now you are not telling me that you are releasing how many metric ton of rice. Okay, we are in this country when we see palliative of COVID-19 that was so. Didn't we see what happened in Lagos? Didn't we see what happened in Bayelsa?
Everywhere.
When those,
everywhere. All the states.
Everywhere. So like someone is telling me, we don't need Tᴏɪᴛᴛᴇ government. This Tᴏɪᴛᴛᴇ government. You understand? Now you are now telling me that you are going to give me grain. Even though, okay, if not because of time, I could have tell you what drama happened. Just put building away from our house. You understand? Two buildings. Two boys are fighting on palliative rice. Maybe their father is one of those politicians. That is during this palliative distance. And they abandon rice. They keep on moving. Someone just walk out from the house and seize rice and take it that. I'm telling you, and seize rice. You know that the community has to come and beg that young man before he releases the rice.
Release the rice. Thank you. Thank you, man.
You get me?
Thank you.
So we have problem.
Let's talk to the other people. But I will need to leave the calls for now, so that the people on the social media will not come for me. I've got loads of messages to read here, by the way. Where do I start from? We'll start from somewhere. Okay, this one says, Oloyede Oluwaseun James. The solution to all this problem is to run after all the politicians, from president to the grassroots politician, and demand for better Nigeria. Okay. That I got some message. Okay, I think I'll need to pick the calls while I refresh the messages. They just keep popping up. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
I'm with you. Your name and where you calling from?
I'm calling from Australia.
You're welcome.
Yeah, okay. Your guest, I enjoy him whenever I on board. I enjoy his analysis so much. Thank you. And you see, the problem is that you don't deploy an ad hoc measure to tackle a very major policy failure. Because what we are seeing right now is a concomitance of the policy failure of this government. Let me tell you, okay, if the whole Nigeria is cultivating rice as we speak right now, it will still not be affordable. Because what about the input? What about all the inputs starting from diesel to clear the farm, they are using tractor to every other thing that we will input in that agriculture, then add with transport. Because of petroleum products, diesel and other, their prices will never make it possible that when we even cultivate that it will be affordable. Because let me tell you, the truth of the matter right now is not that there is no food in Nigeria. There are, but they are very, very expensive. That is the matter. And what makes it expensive? One, the cost of petroleum products. Two, the exchange rate. These are the two things. If the exchange rate continue every day by day to go the way it's going, okay, there is no solution whatsoever. Even let the whole Nigeria be cultivating anything at all. Go and check the cost and
know if it will be affordable. So let the government understand the problem they've created and know how to tackle it. It's not issue for them to decide that, let us withdraw this fuel subsidy, or maybe withdraw the floating of the naira. Let them relax one and manage one. We go to matters of strategic reserve to begin to share to people. These are things that happen only in the period of emergency. Maybe there is a natural prodigies, maybe drought. Farmers cannot are having poor yield. That is why you take this kind of measure. But that's why you have got a policy that are placed locally.
But don't you think this is a contradiction? The presidency released a statement that there's no food crisis, there's no food shortage. And some of these policies and decisions look like panic decisions. Release grains, popping metric tons. If you agree that there's no food shortage or food crisis, why are we releasing grain from the reserves? Thank you very much.
So they know that is their bad policy, that is driving everything crazy. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Thank you.
But they don't want to own up.
Thank you. Let me allow Mr. Matthias wrap up the conversation for us today. Yes, Mr. Matthias, you've heard some of the contributions, and I'm sure the question I just asked you now made you laugh. If the presidency released a statement after the protest in Niger State that, there's no food crisis, it's just this, it's just that, and they are ordering release of 100 metric tons of assorted grains for 43,000. They said they've cultivated about 340,000 hectares across the country. Is that not a contradiction to the position of the presidency that we're not facing food shortages?
That is how you know a demon in human body. That is how you know a demon in human body. I told you I am hungry. You said it's a lie. But yet you send food and said they should give me food. If it was a lie, that you think I was not hungry, why send food? He said the why meaning. So you look at it. I told you, the government knew what is going on. You don't need to tell them. You understand? They knew what is going on. They just decide to be evil. Stealing billions and billions of money. I like one of your scholars said when he said even they open the border. Exactly. I did an analysis for someone. I said, why are they open the border? When they open the border, can you buy? Can you buy? Because in fact, where would you even see the dollar to buy? Because you still need forex to make transactions. So where will you see it from? Because the government is not giving forex. The government said everybody go into the market, the black market, and find forex by yourself. The federal government is increasing forex, their own exchange rate, as if they are black market. In fact, the federal government is taking with black market on whose money has to be high.
That's ridiculous.
The black market moves, federal government will move. The black market moves, federal government will move. Everybody just wants to make money. You go to your own bank, they will not even give you. So how do you want to do the business? So if you look at it, the truth is, I like all your guests. They spoke very well. Especially the one who said now to the first quarter or the second quarter.
That's my fear. Somebody sent a message that from now till April, that 3 people's minimum wage, that's 90,000, will not buy us a bag of rice. Mr. Matthias, are we in some sort of trouble? In a minute, wrap up the conversation for us.
Let me wrap it up. We are in trouble. There's fire on the mountain. Not everybody likes you, anybody that any government has any solution anyway. They are clueless. They are unwilling to solve Nigerian problem. And they don't care if we suffer, if we stay hungry or not. This present government will not care. The past government never cared. So why would this government care? I am telling you, and I'm telling you the fact. We on the ground that are trying to feed people are risking our life, and yet we are also struggling to feed our own families. You understand? So the farmers will struggle to buy food again. Because I can cultivate rice. Who is cultivating this? I need to buy. We are just talking about rice. What about corn?
Yam?
What about yam? You understand? That is just one. Why I focus more on the rice aspect, because
that's the food we consume the most in Nigeria.
Yes, that's the second food. Second after cassava. Second.
True. The varieties of cassava. Mr. Matthias, we're really pressed for time. And then from my own point of view, as a Nigerian that is also going to the farm, to the market rather, that is feeling it, I say thank you. Thank you for taking us through the challenges. Thank you for telling us where we are. And thank you very much for giving solutions to some of the things that could help us, find our way out of this mess that we find ourselves. Thank you so much, Mr. Matthias, for spending time with us in the Situation Room live on Mainland 98.3 FM in Lagos.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Well, amazing time, amazing conversation. Unfortunately, we need to go. And today is Friday. This is the last edition of the show for the week. We'll come back on Monday, 4 p.m. God sparing our lives, we'll be back here. And I really hope that we have something positive to talk about. I'm really tired. I'm really tired of all of these lamentations, all of these negative energy, negative stories. I just want to wake up one day and find something interesting to talk to you about. But before then, as much as we keep our energies going, keep your dial also locked on Mainland 98.3 FM. It's going to be an explosive weekend. Sunday, 9 p.m., the finals, Nigeria versus Ivory Coast. But before then, 6 o'clock today is going to be Sport Cruise. But as I'm stepping out right now, the full bulletin of the airline news you heard by 5 o'clock will be coming up. It's Friday. There's Aria Unlimited. By 8 p.m., we'll open it and we'll make you have a swell time as we get into the weekend. My name is Tᴏɪᴛᴛᴇʀ Mᴜɪᴜ. Thank you to everyone that reached out. Mr. Adeke Alessandra Tunde, I saw your message on Facebook. You said, may God deliver us from audio money. Whatever that means, stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll be back on Monday, but keep your dial locked on Mainland 98.3 FM because we are the sound of Lagos.